into the night of night.
Good evening, everyone.
Howdy.
Is it a good evening?
Well, we're on the right side of the ground, so I'm going to give it a thumbs up.
Oh, okay.
I feel, and we're not doing Heil Hitler or talking to Mandarin, so I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Real quick, we're a man short. He's here in spirit, but he's not here physically. He's got some things going on, so we're doing this remotely for your enjoyment this evening. We guarantee that we will keep it real and try to stir up as much shit as we possibly can. That being said, we'll give it a few minutes, let everybody start piling in here, hopefully. Highlander, it's always good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. So what you got going on, Sex Man?
Well, not a whole heck of a lot, actually.
Okay, well.
Being tired.
Tired?
Damn tired.
You're too young to be tired.
Yeah, true.
Just saying, brother.
Right?
I mean, I get it, though. I had a Murphy's Law day today. I was going to be a good Samaritan and help out my former daughter-in-law get her car running, so I was going to swap the battery out and try to tinker with it and see if we find out what's going on with it. So I get to the parts place, get the battery, and of course they don't have it, so I'm standing there waiting for them to see who does have it. Guy comes and says, "Hey man, is that your truck outside?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I think we got a flat tire. You need to go check it, man. It's almost flat."
Oh.
So I said, "Son of a baked bitch." I could not believe it. So my tire's flat. So, of course, I can't get to where the tires are from. It's too far away. So I have to go to the nearest place. And, of course, they can't fix the tire because it's got a fucking screw in at an angle on the edge of the tread. So I ended up buying 2 tires. And while they're doing that, whenever you go in a place and it's new, they're walking around your truck trying to find everything they can to you needs to be fixed.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm watching them write a damn dossier the size of a phone book on the Warhog. And they come back with a list of shit. Well, it turns out my battery's cracked.
Oh, shit.
I'm saying, son of a bitch. So, $650 later, good times.
Damn it.
All for something I was trying to do. And that's not counting her battery I bought.
Right.
I mean,
Wow.
Thank you, Bidenomics. There is nothing like paying $218 for a fucking car battery that I was buying for $100 back when Orange Man was in office.
Yeah, exactly.
If you feel like buying some more, I actually need 2 for my truck right now.
Bruh, I'm battered the fuck out.
Oh, come on. I'll even say thank you.
No, dude. You need to ride into one of the parishes and get some hood rats and just get you some, repurpose a few batteries.
I'm just saying, apartment parking lots are full of batteries.
This is true. This is true. Evening, Mama D. Evening, Chica. Always good to see y'all here this evening.
All right, Zach, man, I've got a question for you. I hope you can answer it. I've been trying to find an answer for this for quite a while now.
I imagine.
And, I mean, nobody can give me an answer. I mean, do you know whose cocaine that was in the White House?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Can you tell me?
It's classified.
Oh, my God. Really? You going to do that to me?
Yeah, it's never going to come out. It's just the same as Hillary servers. It's nothing will ever be done to it. So,
nope.
I'm going to keep asking, man.
Hey, keep up the fight, brother. I'm all for that chart. Keep charging.
I mean, Hillary servers, Arkansas State Patrolman, I don't know, Vince Foster's Taylor. Shit. The hits keep on coming, buddy.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
You leave those Arkansas State Patrolmen out of it. I may have worked with a few of them.
I'm sure you did, but you know, those Arkansas State Troopers are awesome at aiding and abetting.
Well, you know, going back to the confectioner sugar at the White House, uh, what did y'all think about all the confused people protesting for Palestine over the weekend?
At the White House?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I saw that, and I'm just now seeing it on the news. I'm actually watching it on the news right now. They're talking about it.
I think every one of those sons of bitches should be locked up, preferably like 3 months from now, when you know they're either hanging out at the park or hanging out at the tattoo shop or
Bruh,
at the hookah stand.
there's only two places they're going to be at: the basement, shove one down a hot pocket.
Cheesesteak Hot Pockets, by the way, are delicious.
Man, look.
That may be, but we know they are basement dwelling hot pocket denizens.
Oh yeah,
at the
absolutely.
moment they're not hot pocket dwelling basement dwellers. At the moment they're out protesting.
Well, okay, but they're protesting because they have nothing else to do. Because the way you clear them fuckers out, you don't need pepper spray or flashbangs or any of that shit. All you gotta do is get a good pair of fucking Wolverine work boots and throw the motherfuckers in the middle of them. Them some bitches will run so fast because they're afraid they're going to have to get up off their ass and do something other than be mooching.
Well,
right.
I got a way it's a lot cheaper than that. Throw work gloves at them. But anyway.
Well, I mean, on a flatly serious note, I mean, what they should have done is gone out there and, you know, either rubber bulleted them.
That's what I was thinking.
Or CS gassed them. One of the not. I'm not talking bear spray and tear gas. I'm talking, you know, military grade.
Yeah, shit that makes snot run out your ears.
Yeah, shit that makes you feel like your brains are fixing to pop out of your nose. And you know, if they happen to run over 2 or 3 of them in the process, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. And I think the majority of Americans would probably feel the same way.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I don't know if y'all saw, you know, that one video, I think I posted it on Signal, where they were, I think they were Secret Service agents, you know, from the TAC team. They were walking out there and tearing down like the signs that they had taped up, because when you take those signs like that up to the fence, they can't see through the fence. And there's actually, you know, a reason why there's that style fence there versus, you know, like a privacy fence or a wall.
Now, tell me what would have happened in, let's say, right after the First World War, when you had all the vets that marched on the Capitol, or let's see, pick a date. Let's go 1948, 1949, 1950. What would they have done to those people?
The vets would have beat their ass.
Yeah, well,
I don't think they would have been using rubber bullets, but
they would not have been using rubber bullets.
No.
And I guarantee you that they wouldn't have painted everything out there either.
Nope. But
and if they had been painting everything out there, they probably would have used their skulls to get that paint off.
What we should have been doing was running behind them and throwing like a red MAGA hat on. You know.
Yeah, that's the holy water of the Antifa.
And then watching them, you know, get arrested real quick.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. What they did this weekend was 110% worse than what happened on January 6th.
Absolutely.
Nobody tried to storm or climb up on the White House lawn or any of that bullshit. Nobody tried to deface anything. And if you want to be, without me getting us a strike, okay, Do your fucking research, okay? And you will see the provocateurs that were present on January 6th. If you've got more than 30 fucking IQ points and don't watch the Communist News Network, you can figure that shit out. All right? To this date, we're still hunting fucking people down and trying to run them up in the fucking hoosegow for being there. All right?
Yep.
And they were more in their right to be there in the first place than any of this dumb shit that happened in DC this weekend. And that's not counting the dumb shit that also took place simultaneously all over the country. And it's like it's fucking condoned. Fuck that. We need to start putting boot to ass. It's fine if you want to protest, but you start acting a fucking fool like you're in fucking Gaza, you need to be dealt with as such.
That's something I don't understand. Maybe y'all can explain it to me. Why they're here protesting for a ceasefire. Don't you think it'd be a little smarter to maybe be, well, I don't know, over there protesting for a ceasefire?
Well, no, because over there they have to dodge bullets and bombs coming out with an Israeli bomber, which, tough shit, poke the fucking bear. That's what you get. You thought it was fun when a bunch of you towel-head motherfuckers hopped in the little paraglider things and went over in there and started killing folks wantonly and killing people in their homes, their kids.
Don't you forget
it was all fun and games when y'all were doing that shit. But when the IDF said, oh, fuck you, all of a sudden y'all are wanting to shit the bed and run and complain and get the international community to step in and say, oh, you got to stop. Y'all being too mean. Fuck you.
Well, you left some things out. There were also people there that were raped, burned.
This is very true, Moose. I was not trying to discount that. I was just making a quick point.
That and the fact that any of these Antifa and or pro-Palestinian folks that are over here, once they got their, once Hamas got their hands on them, maybe singing a little different tune.
Oh, what I think's hilarious is they're out there protesting with these, pro-Palestinian people, that want Sharia law and all that kind of crap. And I'm like, do y'all not realize the minute they get their way, you're going to get tossed off the top of a building or stoned to death?
Well, you got to understand, these are the same fucktards. They're just looking for something to latch on to. They're like sycophants or parasites, okay? They have no fucking real base for what they're doing. They just want to get out there and stir shit up and run their mouth. And so they go from one thing to the other. They might be BLM this year. Next year, they might be something else. Right now, they're Palestinian. Hell, next month, they could be gay butt baby, cross-dressing, whatever the fuck. I don't know. I'm just saying, they don't. It's the same batch of retards. And
occasionally, if you watch some of these streams, if you can put up with, I just sit there and kind of fast forward through a lot of them. Something catches, but I'll stop it and see. But anyway, occasionally you can catch them and they start arguing with the Palestinians about, gay rights and stuff.
Well, and that's when the Palestinians need to just tear that ass up.
Oh, they kind of, it gets pretty heated.
But again, if you watch them, I love to see the gays for Palestine and shit like that, because I just scratch my head and say that's like a walking oxymoron. This ought to be the fucking poster child for abstinence.
Yeah.
Because anybody that fucking ignorant shouldn't reproduce.
True.
When the aliens fly by this fucking planet and look down and see shit like that, there's roll up windows. Keep going. We ain't stopping here.
At least they don't lock the doors. They got,
I mean, look, if that's how you fly and that's the side of the damn fence you're on, more power to you. I don't give a fuck what your preference is. When you start trying to push that preference as the norm on every fucking one else, that's where I have a problem. And then when you go a step further and start supporting terrorist organizations who would fucking stone you to death or set your ass on fire, behead you, fucking shoot you for shits and giggles, drag you behind a damn raggedy ass Datsun pickup truck, whatever shit comes to mind for them fuckers, I can do nothing but just look at you, how much of a dumb motherfucker you are.
Love how you conveniently forget throwing them off the top of a building.
Well, I mean, throwing them off the top of buildings is a lot of work. You can just behead them, be done with it, move on.
It seems
Now,
like they really enjoy throwing them off the top of, like, gays off the top of buildings. They don't.
I understand, and let me just be real quick here to tell the brown shirts, I am not condoning any form of hostile action, violence, or anything else towards anyone. I'm merely voicing an opinion and a observation.
Brown shirts, we've taken the keys away from Grandpa, and we are monitoring what he's drinking.
Just saying. So, moving right along. I know we got kind of off the rails there, but I felt like it was something we kind of need to hit on because we can circle back to it towards the end because there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of moving parts to this whole thing in the Middle East. And as much as I hate to say it, I think we're going to end up in basically another Afghanistan before it's all said and done.
The difference with this one, if Israel's involved, there will be a game plan to end it.
Well, yes, with Israel, you're correct, but I think we're going to be in a protracted battlefront with maybe Syria, Iran, whatever, somewhere over there. I don't think it's going to be all right there with, the Cabrini Green of the Mediterranean.
No.
So we'll jump over to the whole Amtrak thing. Bedshitter has talked about how much, he's proud that he's giving all these billions of dollars to Amtrak and how important it is to improve the rail systems in that northeastern corridor. Here's what I'm going to say on that. If y'all had the chance to read over any of that shit,
yeah, just a little
negative.
You
got to remember, I can't read.
That dumb motherfucker probably can't find a damn train station, much less remember how to get on it. I would dare say that the last time he rode one, he was probably a fucking teenager because it's beneath him. This is him pandering for votes, trying to have something to hold up against Trump because Trump was trying to defund that shit because it's another big money grab for federal dollars. It's just like bailing out a damn auto manufacturer or whatever because they make shitty vehicles. Look, I'm all for bailing out a business if something goes sideways, it's unforeseen, but when it's directly tied to shitty business choices and them trying to build a shitty product or provide a shitty service, why should our taxpayer dollars bail any fucking body out? If we did that and it was our business, what would happen to us?
No, you just go under and, they'd laugh at you the whole way down. Funded. There's, $16 billion just for that corridor.
Exactly. The thing that really gets on my nerves here is that, I understand rail is important to some degree, but why are we dumping billions of dollars into a corridor that small? Why don't you
go
ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say because it's it's blue states. B, it's Washington, New York, in that Virginia, DC area. Somebody, congressmen / your senators and your representatives, somebody's getting a kickback from this.
There you go.
So, yeah, why not dump $16 billion of our money into something that's just going to affect those people?
Well, here's let's go a step further. You're making a very valid point there, Sax man. I would like to know how many of these crooked bottom feeders up in DC went and bought stock in Amtrak.
I was about to ask, what's the stock price of Amtrak currently?
Or anything that supports Amtrak, whether it's the people do the rails or any kind of service to them or maintenance or whatever. I'll bet you fucking money. I'll bet a steak dinner that a whole slew of them crooked bastards ran out and bought stock.
Oh yeah, and you know it would have been back. Oh gosh, when did this whole thing get passed? This is not a brand new thing.
No.
This got stuck in that big infrastructure bill a while back. So
Right.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this has been. Yeah, this is. Anytime you see some shit like, do what?
Didn't you prefer?
Think of it as a hardened target.
Right.
Were you ever on one when Jesse and Frank James robbed it?
No, I have not.
Okay, I had to ask.
Sorry.
I was going to ask what they were like and stuff like that. I always heard they were real nice to the working class. Or everything I've read, about them.
Well, I was a tad before my time, as depressing as that may be for you, Moose. I'm not quite that ancient. Although you'll argue that. I know.
Okay.
Moving on to yet another salty subject that everybody, I'm sure, would love to talk about. Let's dig into the Nashville shooter at the Covenant Christian Academy. We all watched the video. We all watched the terror unfold, and we all watched all the pandering for gun control and everything else when this tragic thing happened. All those innocent lives were lost. I'm glad that the law enforcement judge dreaded that bitch.
Yep.
It needed to happen. It needed to happen before that, but at least the Tennessee law enforcement had the balls to go and do what needed to be done, and they weren't busy, scratching ass waiting for Dunkin' Donuts to be delivered like they did in Uvalde. Yeah, the boys in Tennessee took it to them. But the thing that always jumped out there to all of us, and I think everybody will agree, is anytime there's a manifesto or whatever the fuck they call it, there's always one of those somewhere with a master plan, or they're wanting to broadcast all their intent or what they're going to do or whatever. And this time, they squashed it. They had one, but they didn't want nobody to know about it. Now, why would you want to do that?
Because it didn't fit the narrative.
And you didn't want anybody to know about it.
Bingo. Not only did it not fit the narrative, if y'all had a chance to read through any of it, I mean, granted, she wrote like she was on acid.
Oh, I haven't read through it. I've seen some clips from it.
Okay.
I want to get my hands on those 3 pages and read every line.
Well, I know at one point, like I said, Louder or Crowder actually deciphered one of the pages and broke it down. I will forward you that if I can find it again. The reason I knew about it is our buddy Jay was shooting me some screenshots the other night when he first got hold to it before it got yanked off the web. So I've got the actual pictures of it. And I'll be happy to share those once I find them. I'll share them with you. But
please do.
Oh, absolutely. But the thing I was going to say is with these, to me, even though she or it or he or whatever you want.
He was a little boy. We're going to call him what he was born.
No, I'm not. No, this was a female, wasn't it?
No, it was a man.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I thought it was.
I thought it was a chick trying to be, well, whatever it is. We'll call it it.
All right, it.
Because I ain't got time to do a gender study on them. I don't want to give me more traction than I absolutely have to. So it went in there, and it specifically states it wants to kill as many crackers as it can.
He actually said, I think on the second page, he said he wanted to get a high body count.
Yeah,
that's like an exact
it had the day was called Death Day or something like that. Had the schedule broke down at the school, how everything went.
Oh no, he had it even more than that. It was like wake up, eat breakfast.
Well, no, I understand. They had the whole thing plotted. But I'm saying this person planned this. All right. So by making a statement, crackers,
which
That's
he
a
used,
racial slur.
I believe. Didn't he use
Correct?
that term? Didn't he use that word several times?
Yeah, crackers is a slur, correct?
Oh yeah.
I just want to be sure I'm understanding. Now, granted, I know there's some people out there in the metaverse that are going to say, "Oh, cracker ain't offensive." Okay, well, you go snort your fucking latte.
Can I ask you a question, T?
Sure.
When he said the word crackers, was he talking about like saltine or Ritz crackers?
Oh no, he was talking about little kids.
You know, and he was talking about
It was
what?
talking about kids.
About white people, black people, what?
Yep. Talking about white people. We wasn't
Okay,
talking about Oreos. He's talking about wasn't talking about no damn fudge brownie surprise. He was talking about crackers.
okay, all right. Honkies.
So that, by definition, is that not considered a hate crime?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we've established that. Okay. So now you're going to commit heinous acts against somebody because of the color of their skin. You go a step further and say, because they're wealthy or they're privileged or whatever. So now you're going after them because of their tax bracket. Okay. These kids had nothing to do with that. That's their parents. Because their parents made good decisions and actually went to school or were successful in business. Now you've got a damn issue because your ass is a fucking misfit and you're upset. Well, tell it to your fucking counselor. That doesn't give you carte blanche to walk into a fucking school and kill innocent people because you're fucked in the head. Now, that being said, going back to the manifesto, you know, I've been reading why the Nashville PD's losing their shit so bad about this, wanting to, oh, we're going to investigate. They're more concerned about investigating who leaked it than what the fucking thing contains. That irritates me.
Yeah, that doesn't sit well with me either.
I mean, if that had been a white guy, well, let's give you an example. And I'm not trying to make light of this because it was a tragedy too. That fucktard that went in that grocery store up north and
yeah.
shot all those people. You remember the one I'm talking about?
Yeah,
One
that
showed up
racist
body
piece of
armor, and I
shit.
mean, he got out and he was filming it.
Yeah, he was a racist piece of shit, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, absolutely. But they made damn sure his manifesto got damn released, word for fucking word. So don't hand me this bullshit watered down excuse that, oh, it's to protect the investigation. It was in the court's hands. What the fuck is the court holding on to it for? Who are they going to prosecute? Are they going to dig this fucking mutant up and prosecute him as a corpse? Help me to understand that process. There's no investigation. The fucker's dead. You had to Judge Dredd the son of a bitch because they were having a gun battle with your damn officers. So help me to understand.
So yeah, no, it's interesting that you go back and look at the reported mass shooters that we've had in the last 10 years.
Uh-huh.
How many of them were liberal, Democrat, transgender, you know, just pick a mental illness. But you know, this current regime that we're living under right now says that the biggest threat to these United States is white supremacist organizations that want to, you know, that are throwing discord, you know, across the United States.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that totally destroys their narrative. Now, it's been said enough that, you know, if you ask any, you know, Karen on the street and or, you know, Antifa wacko, that's what they're going to say. You know, it's bad to be white. It's even worse to be white and a Christian.
And worse to be a white Christian male.
Yeah, white Christian male. And oh my God, if you're a white Christian male Republican,
You're
then
Antichrist then.
you are the Antichrist. You are literally Hitler. So,
Well, the thing that just I have a hard time understanding why they're on. Well, no, hold on. Let me rephrase this. I understand why they suppressed it because it's completely political.
oh yeah,
I believe. Now, again, I totally get that the families going through um, the grief process from losing these folks. I get it. I cannot imagine what they're going through, and I'm not trying to make light of that. But on the same token, I do not believe. I believe the excuse that the Nashville PD is giving is weak at best, and I think there's a lot more to it. And this is just their cover story.
oh
What's
yeah.
the-
And we'll
what's
say,
the-
if you were a parent of one of the three kids, or a family member of one of the three adults that got shot, would you not want to know why, other than the fact that this person was just mentally ill? Would you not want to know why that your kid got killed? What was going through the killer's head? I mean, other than, oh, my kid, my kid's dead, I got to bury him. It I would want to know, and
Right.
they didn't, and they gave them nothing.
Hang on a second before we step off into that. What's the excuse Nashville PD's given?
I'm gonna read it to you verbatim. Let me find it. Because I don't want to give anything that's not correct. Brown shirts get upset. So let's see here.
Cite your source.
I will. Let me get there. It's WKRN.com, which is one of the local news stations there, I believe. Let's see. Okay. Metro Police spokesperson Chris Mumford told News 2 the department is still looking into it. They didn't say it's not accurate. They said, we don't know. Well, that doesn't make any sense. They've already come out and said, well, excuse me, this is actually Crowder responded to what they said, but they said, we're still looking into it. Let me see if I can find a more. Hang on. I want to find the actual. Here we go. I am greatly disturbed today. It's by today's unauthorized release of 3 pages of writings from the Covenant shooter. The police department is extremely serious about investigation to identify the person responsible. The action showed a total disregard for Covenant families, as well as the court system, which has control of the shooter's journals at this present time due to litigation filed earlier this year. It is now pending in Davidson County Chauncey Court and the Tennessee Court of Appeals. We are not at liberty to release the journals until the courts rule. Our police department looks forward to the ultimate resolution of the litigation concerning the journals. All right, that being said, that whole fucking statement runs in circles.
It's word salad.
Okay? Exactly. Word salad with a little bit of dog shit on it. So,
You want to know what they're waiting on?
well, but okay, the action showed total disregard for Covenant families as well as the court system. Okay, I'm gonna go back to what I said before. What the fuck is the court holding on to it for? It doesn't matter.
They're doing their investigation, waiting for all the results to come back to see if it was a good shoot or a bad shoot.
Investigate for what? It was a good shoot. This fucking it was shooting at the fucking police.
I'm aware of that. And like I said, they're just trying to, because they don't want to release that shit. So they're tying it up saying, we're still doing that investigation. We haven't got all of our ducks in a row to say if it was good or bad.
Bruh, if that had been a white dude with a Megadeth shirt with an AR-15, their investigation been done in 45 minutes.
If he was wearing a Megadeth shirt, probably been done in like 30, but
I'm just making a point.
It would be interesting to know if the judge who's presiding over all this is either an appointed or elected Democrat judge. Because I
Nashville,
think there's where you're going to find your the whole reason.
Nashville kind of it's weird, man. Nashville, Tennessee's a Republican state, but Nashville downtown and everything is real liberal.
Oh yeah.
Well, see, the thing, what pisses him off is because Crowder's got a following, and now that it's out there in the
It probably went the minute he read it on his show. Probably 400,000 or 500,000 people heard it.
Yeah, somebody's done shit the bed on this one, but you know, Crowder makes a good point. He says conspiracy is when our national intelligence agencies, when the FBI and the DOJ and the local police department, not to mention all of the media and big tech, decide that this will no longer be covered. When the issue at hand, as far as covering it, is now as knowledge can be gleaned that can actually help people moving forward avoid shootings like this, potentially avoid our missteps. You know, this is a byproduct of the kind of ideology in which all of our children in public schools are being steeped. He makes a valid point. That's Crowder that said that. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Whether you like him or not, that's your prerogative. But I think what he's doing is fair. It's fair play because however he got it, whoever gave it to him, and he verified the source before he ran with it. He verified that it was legit. More power to him. You know, I think that this is shit that shouldn't be buried. If it was anything else, I mean, look at the Parkland shooting. look at every fucking shooting you can think of in the past 10 years. That shit, they would put down a 24-hour news cycle, and that shit would stay there for a month. They'd be talking about it.
Oh yeah.
Because this is an it. And apparently had some fucking squirrels in the damn wiring. You know, all of a sudden it doesn't work for them to make it a mass shooter.
Absolutely. And you know that it has to be true because anything under the umbrella of, you know, Meta, that being YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, it goes down. It gets taken off. It gets scrubbed. The only place that you're going to find it on all, you know, the alt sites and X.
No, I heard X. If you posted, like I said, I don't know. This is hearsay, okay? I heard if you posted it on X, it had below it like a little tag, you know, about this is, you know, possible hearsay, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but Elon's not taking it down. That's the thing.
Right.
Yeah, I don't care if Elon tags it as possible hearsay. That's fine. But don't become the word police. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, either people are tired of listening to us bitch, or everybody
got into what that guy was really saying. And, you know, that's the sad part.
Yeah.
We just kind of scratched around on it. We didn't really get into like this guy's mindset from what you get out of those 3 pages. You know, I mean, like I said, I haven't read them, but I've read some little snips and cuts from them. And all I can say is, wow, you know, this kid had some problems.
Well, yeah, there's no doubt that there was some damn, I mean, each and every one of these people that's done this has had wiring issues. They've been a fry short of a Happy Meal, each and every one of them. But you want to blame the gun, okay? You keep trying to push gun control. Guns aren't what's doing this. If that's the case, we should all be fucking walking because the damn cars kill some damn people.
Look, man, if guns cause crime, matches cause arson, okay?
I'm just saying that logic doesn't hold fucking water.
No, it's just
Stop
an easy target.
Bad people do bad shit. It's not the law-abiding people that have guns. They're breaking the laws, which is the majority of the fucking people. If it was, it'd be like a 24/7 purge up in this bitch.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
You know, most people get up in the morning, have their morning coffee, say good morning to their loved ones, hit the ground running, and try to have a good fucking day and be left alone. The average
they
person.
don't get up in the morning and go check my dad's glass breaker to make sure it still works. On their little checklist to do before they go to school.
Exactly. But they're trying to make it out like they're trying to put everybody that's a member of the damn NRA, the Republican Party, wears a MAGA hat, white, whatever. They're putting you all in one pot and saying you're a white nationalist, supremacist, colonialist, sexist. I mean, whatever they can do to attack you for what you are. If we did that to any other nationality or creed or whatever on the face of this planet, we would be lambasted for being exactly what they're claiming we are.
Oh yeah, they'd be crying in the streets.
Oh yeah. If you said that, well, I'm not going to go there, but you all know what I'm thinking. If you said that about somebody who was of Hispanic origin, Asian origin, had a darker complexion, they're from across the water, they're sheep herder somewhere in Afghanistan, there's going to be hell to pay because you are a xenophobe or this, that, and other. You're something. They're going to have a word for you. And, this is the whole thing they started back when Trump was in office. If you remember, the Patriots started coming under fire because when they saw that the Patriots were showing up at these rallies and raising hell and talking, supporting Trump, things like this, you had the BLM, they were getting out there, and you started having these Patriot groups show up and stand against them. Well, that wasn't going to work because no, we can't have that. So ever since then, I can't say they, ever since January 6th transpired, they've tried to keep the Patriots on the run and under thumb and run to ground ever since.
Oh, yeah.
You don't see no big rallies. You don't see no big supporters turn out for anything. Think about it. When's the last time you saw something like we had in Lakeland back in 2020?
How many people showed up to that?
Well, there's 100 or so, a couple hundred maybe.
A couple hundred.
But we got screwed on that one too because Pence decided he was going to come to the same fucking city and land his ass over. I forget where he was at, but he had planes flying over Lakeland with those banners. So he kind of stole our crowd.
Yeah, but it was a good. I mean, it was good.
It was a good outing.
Yeah,
Got to meet some good people. I'm glad I was there, but I wish it could have reached more. Like I said, I met some good people involved with some great things, but most of that shit's been shattered or run to ground now because all this stuff is going on with this regime. So it is what it is. There was some, but since then, if you think about it, the last time you saw a big Patriot group anywhere would have been DC right there before, not on the 6th, but in December. December 2020. And then, of course, January 5th and 6th, there was a huge turnout of people.
Well, in December, it was all stop the steal and all that kind of shit.
And they did their damnedest, masking up and mandating that you can't, hang out in groups of 2 or more.
Yeah. They weaponized everything they could to find people on the ground and keep them indoors and keep them organizing. I mean, this was all, say what you want. My opinion, this was all something that was planned out and orchestrated. I'm not saying COVID was, I'm saying the whole lockdown was.
Oh, yeah.
Because it allowed them to silence people who otherwise be out there on the streets saying, look, this isn't right.
Absolutely.
So, here we are, 2023. The train is already off the fucking rails, heading down the side of the cliff. And you got bed shitter just sitting up front eating ice cream and sniffing kids' underwear.
Right.
And, all you can do is brace for impact because you're going to hit something.
Right. Showered with sparks.
Yeah, I just hope I don't crawl away from this one.
I saw a sweater the other day and it had bed shitter on it. Highlander, you're right, it was. I agree. I saw a sweater and it had that picture of bed shitter where he's got look like he's lost. Like he's just kind of staring off, kind of.
His normal look?
Well, it's kind of like his driver's license picture now, probably.
Right.
It said, "Happy 4th of Easter."
I've seen one of those.
And it had, reindeer and shit on it. I said, that's funny. That's what you wear at an office party to piss some people off.
Right.
So, anyways, let's jump back to our brothers across the pond who are exacting revenge on the people in the Cabrini Green of the Mediterranean.
All right, I wasn't sure if you were talking about Europe or if you were talking about Israel. So,
if I'm referring to the Cabrini Green of the Mediterranean, I'm talking about Israel.
Yeah, I figured it out, but when you said we're going to hop across the pond and all that.
Yeah, that's it. So, have any of you paid attention to the air traffic, military air traffic?
Yeah.
There's a lot of that picking up, and guess where it's going? There. There's a lot of squirrely things going on with the military right now. A lot of people being spun up. A lot of orders being sent out. Be on standby, be ready. You're going to be deployed for this, that, or the other. Changing the enlistment age.
Wait, what?
Changing the enlistment age, and also
you can enlist up to 42 years old now.
Hang on a second.
And making allowances for height, weight.
Yep.
Again, yeah.
Don't have to meet PT.
All right, so it's still 18 to 42 now?
Yep. Yes, sir. And the only time they did that was when?
World War II?
No, they didn't.
No.
They've done it since then.
Vietnam, maybe?
Let's see. No, I want to say it was either the Gulf War. Let's see.
I think they did it for the gear up to when we were still in Iraq.
2016.
Yeah.
Like what?
From 2007 to 2016, they changed the maximum age for all enlisted military from 35 to 42.
And I think what a lot of people are missing too is not just over in Israel. You got to take a look at what's happening in France, Germany, and the UK as well, because they have let so many of these people in. Their protests that they're having over there are massive.
There's a video going around, Sachs, man, that this is in Germany, okay? And these, I guess they're Middle Easterners. I don't know what country they're from or whatever. But they said that they want to bring Germany into Sharia law. And they asked them point blank, would you get rid of the German Constitution and all that? And they said, in a heartbeat. We didn't bat an eye at it. We want Sharia law. That's, that's the goal of every Muslim in the world.
Yeah, but see, you'll never get Sharia law here. I don't think.
I don't know, man. They got, from what I saw last weekend, they got a lot of useful idiots.
Well, okay, but think about this. There's a lot of Bible thumping folks. I can just say in the Appalachians and the Southeast, for instance, the United States, and the Midwest, they're not going to tolerate somebody coming in and trying to tell them that Jesus got to get the stepping, and they're going to have to, the women are going to take a back seat to everything, and there's too many good old boys, and many, and not even good old boys necessarily. I know a lot of folks that are, for lack of a better term, I know black folks that are, and I'm not saying that to be racist. I'm not going to sit here and call you African American. I'm sorry, I can't do it because it's stupid. And I can't call you what the British call you, which is Northern Saharans or some shit like that. Some stupid ass name they got. So I'm just going to call you what I call you. I know a lot of folks that are, religious, go to church every Wednesday and Sunday, good people. It doesn't matter about the color of their skin or anything else. The point I'm making is they're not going to fucking roll over for some shit like that. Do you think Bubba, who spends most of his free time during hunting season and some that's not, in a little bitty thing up in a fucking tree or a duck blind waiting to kill some shit, do you think that person or his wife or his kids are going to be cool with that? You telling them that Jesus ain't it? That you got to start praying to Allah and all this other horse shit? No. Ain't going to happen.
And, there was and I can't remember which news outlet it was, but some of the, like the Netherlands, Denmark, Sweden, stuff like that, were just talking about, you know what, we're going to start up either, basically closing the border and deporting because they value their culture and
exactly.
They also value their safety.
There you
go. And I guarantee you, the French have learned their lesson now. Whether or not they'll act on it, when you have city-sized no-go zones that the French police don't even go into, something's going to pop off over there, man.
Yep.
And the Germans, like them or love them, they want once you have people doing, you're talking about Appalachians. Germans aren't much better. I mean, they're, after the Second World War, they kind of went agnostic a lot. But when you start telling them what they have to wear and that their girlfriends and wives and stuff like that have to, cover up and all that, ain't gonna go well.
Nope, it is not. That's what I'm saying. There's gonna be some shit go sideways. Now, I'm going to deviate here for a minute. I got an interesting thing in the mail, ironically, from somebody involved in the Republican Party locally here, inviting me to go to like I guess it's a luncheon or something, kind of a meet and greet where you go and you sit down and talk about, the upcoming elections, things, different plans they've got to try and get the vote and this, that, and other. If any of you out there are serious about wanting to encourage change or help facilitate it, if you have an opportunity to do something like this, I implore you to try and make the time to do it. If nothing else, it gets you involved and you see how things work. And it would behoove each and every one of us to get involved this year or this upcoming election, because we already know the fuckery that went on last time. Okay? So why not dedicate a little bit of time and try to be there in case there's more fuckery?
Yeah.
Just saying. And again, you see how things work, and you can see firsthand the things that are broke and the things that work and the things that might be able to be improved on. Maybe you'll get an opportunity to impact that.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, it's an option.
Could you imagine that, President Moose?
Do what?
Could you imagine a President Moose?
I can't hear you, brother.
A President Moose.
Oh, well,
I mean, you know,
I'm okay with that. We could have worse. I mean,
I'd be
what we
all
got
about
right
some
now?
kickbacks, and I'd definitely be a one-term guy. Um, 'cause I'd be all about some kickbacks, and then be like, "Oh, this country doesn't like us. Send them a New Year's Eve package. I'm gonna push this red button to send it."
Well, see,
You
my
know,
problem is if I ever got to be president, I'd probably assassinate in my first term.
well, like I said, I'd definitely be a one-term.
Somebody kill my ass. I'm just gonna put it out there. My ass be dead. They're gonna do me Kennedy style. So they're gonna want to make sure that my ass is dead and it's done in public where there's no question. There ain't gonna be no plane crashing or any of that bullshit.
I would have
Somebody's gonna take my
predicted.
ass out.
I would have predicted more of a Lincoln style with you. Because
Well,
we know how much you love going to watch the plays over movies.
well, you may have a point there. They're gonna want to make it personal. So just saying. I know that if I ever got in there, that my term would be very short lived.
Oh,
They wouldn't approve of the marshals rolling in the first day with 6 prison buses to start hauling their asses out into them.
Right.
I'd be locking some folks up for some fuckery.
Gitmo would be open.
DC.
The minute I said "so help me God," Gitmo would be reopened, buddy.
Oh yeah, they'd be putting tents and fucking containers on that bitch. I'd be slapping these crooked ass politicians there as fast as I can get them there. And I'd make sure they flew. If I flew their ass in there, I'd make sure wherever I flew them in wasn't pressurized and had fucking chickens and cattle in the motherfucker while they were riding in it. Because I want them to smell like shit. I want them to the whole fucking time from wherever their ass is put on that bitch to when they land in Cuba, and I want them to be miserable for the rest of their fucking days on this planet.
See, that's the difference between me and you. I'd give them like a week before we carried out the sentence. You were elected to do a job, you betrayed your country, therefore that's, I don't know.
All right, well, let's wrap things up. We've bored people enough tonight, and hopefully not bored a few of them. I hope they enjoyed it.
Did anybody enjoy it?
Well, everybody's not gone, so we did something right.
How many we got?
We got 5 right now. It was up and down. We got 7 likes, so that's progress. I mean, what it is the host is not here. We're filling in, so we're like the B team. I get it.
Well, if you'll notice, as soon as we started talking about the shishim, it went all the way down to 1 and started going back up.
Well,
I mean, literally dropped to 1, then went back up.
Well, here's what I noticed, and I don't know. I've got dual monitors, so I can see this. I don't know if any of y'all got the same setup.
Right.
But I noticed my feed on YouTube kept timing out.
Yep. It did like 5 times.
Yep. So that makes me think C47. I like that, Highlander. Let's write that shit down. But yeah, I think there might be some fuckery afoot. So.
Oh yeah, they're trying to set you. They don't want anybody talking about that 3-page manifesto at all.
No. Well, that being said, Moose, I'm going to hand you the reins and let you give some words of wisdom before we depart this evening.
Words of wisdom. All right. Let's see. Where do I want to start? Can I pass it to Sax and then come back?
If you want to circle back, that's on you, brother.
Yeah, let me circle back if you don't mind.
All right, Sax, man, you up, brother.
I mean, excuse me tonight. I'm just a little slow, which I'm normally slow, but anyway. Go ahead,
So, yeah, I would say get involved with your local government if you can. I think I've seen the same guy that you're talking about sending out stuff, Evites. I may just take them up on that. Yeah, get involved with your local governments. That's where it's going to start. trying to maintain a working democratic republic, or constitutional republic, actually,
Yeah, don't
is
Democrat in there.
put democratic republic in front of anything, and it's usually a communist organization. But a constitutional republic, the maintenance is hard. It was supposed to be. So get involved there. But I will say, for the most part, don't trust your government. I know that's kind of an oxymoron saying what I just said there, but if you've got more than 2 or 3 brain cells knocking around together up there, then you can kind of get it. And that's about all I got, guys.
You know,
All right.
Abraham Lincoln was the pen pal of Karl Marx. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Okay.
I mean, they exchanged letters and stuff like that. Karl Marx is famously quoted as saying, Marxism goes to socialism. Socialism, the end game is communism. So people need to remember that. You know, that's their, you know, they don't want socialism. They want communism.
Mm-hmm.
They just use socialism to get them there.
Yeah, it's a vehicle.
Now, with that being said, you know, everyone please, right now, watch your six. People are acting stupid and crazy over the dumbest shit. So just when you're out and about, watch your six. If you have a permit to carry, please carry safely. You know, if you don't have a firearm, you know, go get one possibly. You know, learn to use it and then carry it. You know, and that would be, you know, just, and remember this, you know, it took them, like, when was that shooting in Nashville?
It was Covenant Christian Academy.
Well, then, though.
Back in the spring, I thought.
I thought it was about a year ago. Or over a year.
I thought, well, maybe, but I don't know. I thought it was after the first year, but I could be wrong. Hang on. I can find that out for you because I'm good like that.
2023, March 27th.
Yeah.
All right. So, how from that day till yesterday, how long is that?
Let's say roughly a little bit over 6 months.
It took them 6 months to leak 3 pages, and they're more worried about who leaked the 3 pages than what's actually in there.
That's what I'm saying.
So everyone, that right there should tell you, your government's not being 100% honest with you.
Nope.
You know, there is an obvious narrative here. You know, just open your eyes up. You know, everyone's got 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 1 mouth. So, and that's because you should do twice as much watching, twice as much listening, and half as much talking.
Yep.
So, anyhow, everyone, as my granddad used to say, you don't want to get, you know, to where it's as bad as it was when he was growing up. He said for Christmas every year he used to get a pair of blue jeans with a hole cut in the right pocket. That way he had a brand new pair of blue jeans to wear and something to play with. So we don't want to go back to that. We want to, you know, try to keep our country like it is. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to you, T.
All right, brother. Kind of touch on what both Moose and Saxman said this evening. You know, you got to watch your six. Get involved. If you can, the election process around you. It, like I said, whether it's a poll watcher or somebody working at one of the polling places or just helping organize things, get involved, learn the process, find out what's going on, because you got to start somewhere, and you never know what opportunities may come when you get involved in one of these organizations. You might have an opportunity to talk to somebody further up the food chain and you put a bug in their ear. what would it hurt? That being said, I truly believe that we've got something coming. I hope I'm wrong, but the negative Nancy in me is saying something's wrong, something's going to happen. There's too much shit going on that the government is either not covering or they're trying to spin. I don't trust it. So I implore you, pay attention to what's going on locally, nationally, and globally. If you don't have the ABS app where you can follow the air traffic and stuff, you're interested in that, look it up and download it. You can watch a lot of shit and see a lot of military movement globally. If they've got the beacon, like most of the Western world has, you can track that vehicle and it has the tail sign and everything. So you know what the vehicle, what kind of aircraft it is, what the call sign for the aircraft is. You can look up all kinds of information on it. It's really interesting, but it also gives you an idea of all the moving parts right now across the globe. I did a lot of that during Ukraine, and it was really eye-opening. That being said, watch your six, keep your head on a swivel, and if you can carry. And that's all I got, folks. Thank you for being here, and be safe out there.
Hey, if everyone doesn't mind, hit the like button, hit the don't like button, whatever, and subscribe. And leave a comment, please.
Night, everyone. Thanks for being here. Hopefully we'll be back Thursday. Fingers crossed. All right, guys. I'm on jet. I would say I don't know how soon he can get on here to
You're still alive.
close everything out. So if we all want to just drop,
You're still live.
make it easy on him.
Drop in 3, 2, 1.
Deuces.
Deuces.